As long as everything stays the way that it's supposed to. These bad boys right here are supposed to drop on my birthday. So, happy early birthday to me. Hey, what's going on, guys? My name's Chris. Welcome back to the official WearTesters.com YouTube channel. Today we got a detailed look and breakdown on these beautiful, sexy things. This is the Air Jordan 5 OG in an original colorway known as the Grapes. They have been fully reworked from previous Air Jordan 5s, and yes, that does include the most recent reimagined black metallics. This is just a far greater shoe, man. It just really is. I really wish that those black metallics looked like this, but they didn't. They were close, but not quite. However, before we deep dive into these bad boys, we do have these brand new sexy hoodies. They are available currently and shipping now over at Apparel.com. This is not a pre-order. This is not a drill. They are selling and selling fast. And we have two other great options available as well that are also selling quickly. So if you have not grabbed yours, do so before it's too late. Now, as for the box, it just comes in a regular Air Jordan 5 box. It's supposed to look like the original. So I think that that's really cool. But the main star of the show right here, man. You guys know that I've been pretty critical of Jordan Brand, especially recently, or really for like 15 years. Sometimes they do great stuff, and sometimes you're like sitting there scratching your head being like, what the f went wrong? The Air Jordan 5 is the most recent example of that. Like, what the f happened with the toe boxes on that shoe? I can just proudly say they fixed it. They finally fixed it. I've been complaining about this, and I've said I'm going to complain about this until they fix it. They fixed it. They had to have seen these two together and be like, something's a little off. This metallic pair right here is a recent release, and they don't even look like real 5s, man. They just don't. Now, are they perfect and identical to the original? No. I don't think that they ever will be. I think that just footwear manufacturing is too different than what it used to be back in the 90s and back in the 80s. But for whatever reason, these look as good as they can, and for that, I'm stoked. I just think that this is awesome. I'm elated. Now, as far as the colorway itself goes, the shoe released in 1990. They were known as the Grapes. You know, I've met Tinker. I've wanted to just like be not surprised when I see him. And if I could like sit down and ask him, because I don't know who back then designed this colorway. I know that he designed the shoe, but nowadays there's color artists that take care of colorways, and then there's the shoe designer and the development team that take care of the product. Two separate things. Do they work together? Yes, but they're doing two different jobs. So I want to know, like, who came up with this colorway? Was it Tinker or was it somebody else? And on top of that, why? Like, what is this? Why is the Grape there? You know what I mean? In the lineup of original colorways, where we have the white, black, fire red with the silver tongue, the white, fire red with the black tongue, which are coming back out soon in PE form, the black and metallic silvers, as well as these. Like, why did this get thrown into the mix? I can understand the Air Jordan 3 True Blue and even the Air Jordan 4 Military Blue, but Grape? That's weird. I will say that this almost didn't happen. There is actually a shoe called the Pre-Grapes that did release. It originally was an original sample from the early 90s, where they were a navy upper and then they still had the emerald hits. Those actually released as an actual release when the remastered program got rolled out right around the 2015 era. But that's what the Grapes could have looked like. Instead, they went this route, and again, I want to sit there and be like, how did you come up with this? I don't know if anything looks more 90s than this. Now, outside of the colorway originally releasing in 1990, the first retro was in 2006. The next year that they retroed was in 2013. We actually have a video on that pair. That one had some of the worst leather that they've featured on, you know, the Jordan 5s in quite some time. Luckily, that is not the case here. And now, fast forward to 2025, and we've got these bad boys. However, there is one more. That pair released in 2018. It was dubbed an energy release, so it was an Air Jordan 5 NRG, and they were also monikered as the Fresh Prince. They actually did not come with laces. Super weird. They were literally laceless. The eye stays weren't even there. The plastic tabs that are there right now with the eye stay holes were changed out to premium leather, and they never punched the holes through them. You were supposed to wear them completely laceless, much like Will Smith did. I will say that that release was very controversial. Not only were they stupid limited, but people were like, what the f? If I don't want to wear them with laces, I'll just take them out. It was so weird. So we had people buying those like lace puncher things, and they were doing it themselves and lacing the shoes up, and rightfully so. Now, there are other versions or variations of this shoe in different colors, makeups, things like that, like the fusions, but we're not going to talk about all that stuff. We're just going to strictly stick to the retro itself. Now, as far as this version of the shoe goes, do they look identical to the original? Like I said before, not identical, but as close as we've gotten. So I will take that as a win. They look great. They wear great. They're mad comfortable. I love it. The outsole right here is fantastic. I think that this is the only thing that I personally would have changed. I would have loved for, instead of the blue tinted outsole, for them to have had this on there. I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on that. They're going to be like, no man, we want them to look brand spanking new. And I understand that. However, I love the way that that looks. So I would have liked that pre-vintage treatment. Maybe we'll get a reimagined of these eventually someday. I don't know. But either way, we've got the blue tint there. You got the emerald Jumpman poking through. Nike branding at the midfoot, the way that it should be. Jumpman branded versions look like this, where they say Jordan instead. Moving on up, we've got a polyurethane midsole. Inside of that midsole is a 4-foot encapsulated air sole unit. In the rear, there is a visible one. On top of all of that, praise the sneaker gods. There's a fucking polyurethane insole in this thing. It's amazing. And yes, I can confirm after wearing these for a few days now that they are comfortable. I've been wearing them for walks. I've been wearing them just as daily shoes. They're comfortable. Much like the pair that released in what I want to say was early 2020. It was like the first like tweaked version, the fire reds with the silver top. Now the upper on these guys is just beautiful. They use a really nice leather on here. They are very thin cuts, but it's very soft. It's been wearing perfectly. There are small creases right at my flex zones, but that's the way that leather's supposed to be, man. It's supposed to move with you. I don't understand the whole concept of having stiff leather that doesn't crease. That's not good. So yeah, I think that these came out really nice. I like what they used on here. I think that it's fantastic. I gotta point out this again though. Like, look at it from a top-down view, bro. Like, this not, what the, two different shoes. They just are. This is how the Jordan 5 should look. This is the way that I remember them. This is the way that most people remember them, and I think that this is the way that they should always release. Now, along with the nice leather, we've actually got the clear panels that you see on the tongue, as well as the side panels. Those are ventilation zones as well, something that they definitely carried over from the previous model, which would be the Air Jordan 4. The tongue right here is one other thing besides the blue tint that I probably would have liked to have seen like restructured just a little bit. The originals weren't quite as puffy as this. They were just a little bit thinner. It's not a deal breaker whatsoever. I still think that it looks great. Like, I love this look. This is my favorite colorway of this shoe, so I like it. But I'm just saying that a little thinner and they would have been perfect. The tongue is not reflective though, like they are on the other models. So this pair right here, as well as the fire red with the black tongue, are the two that have this kind of more satin look and finish, not reflective. Whereas the black metallic silver and the white black fire red with the silver tongues, those are the two that have the reflective tongues and things like that. Also, for those of you guys wondering, yes, they do come with the lace lock, and yes, the lace lock inside the little clear tab is black, and so is the Nike branding that's on it. And yes, that's an original feature. The original shoe featured a black lace lock on there. It was not grape, it was not emerald, it was none of that stuff, it was black. So for those of you guys curious, being like, that's not right, it is right. They made it true to OG form as best as possible. On the rear, look at it. It looks great. It's just fucking awesome. Now, as far as sizing is concerned, you can do one of two things. You can go true to size. You should be good to go. This is my true size. I will say that with some socks, I wish that I had a smaller size, like a half a size down, but that is for a snug 1-to-1 fit. So if you have a narrow foot or a normal foot, a half a size down could be an option for you. True to size for most, you should be good to go. If you're a wide footer, I would also go true to size. The leather's gonna break in. I do feel like there's enough volume in the toe for everybody's feet to like fit in there comfortably. So on release day, go for your true size. If you can't get that, go a half a size down and you should be good to go. Those are like your two like just in case options. Now, with all of that being said, what is today's user submitted question of the day? And I'm not sure if I'm gonna like this. You're already smirking.
Only because I am hijacking the question of the day. It is not a user submitted one.
Oh, okay.
I saw this and I was just like, it's too good not to ask.
Is it Fresh Prince related?
No,
oh, okay.
But I mean, time frame.
Like the era?
Yeah. Those who used a computer at least once between 1990 and 2001, what was the most memorable computer game you played during that era and why?
Duke Nukem.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a first-person shooter.
Okay.
Aliens invade Earth, and you're this weird-looking dude with a blonde flat top and sunglasses and you're just running around just murking aliens everywhere. But I remember one particular, I don't want to call it a level, but just one part that you walk into and there's just, you're like in a strip club or something. I can't remember why, I don't know. But like you go into this strip club area and there's like posters with like, dude, I'm a boy. So I saw that and I was like, what the? And I just remember walking as the character up to it. So close to the, yeah, seriously. Like this is the digital me where I was like, yo, and then I got my brother. I was like, bro, check this out. And like we were both sitting there like, oh. I'm kind of ashamed to admit that at this point, but I'm pretty sure that some of our viewers, they'll understand. Do you? Is it Oregon Trail?
No. no, thanks.
Okay.
Well, my favorite go-to was the built-in like pinball.
I don't even know if I played pinball.
You never played pinball? Like that was on our family computer at home.
Okay.
But when I would go to my dad's work, my uncle worked there, and he had a computer game that was basically the equivalent of, and this was before Harry Potter was even a thing, let alone the movies, but it was like wizarding chess. And so the pieces, you could move them, and when they would come up to each other, they would battle.
I played like free games. So like Duke Nukem I was able to get for free. Doom was awesome, the original one, not like the console ones. They later would put that on like PlayStations and stuff like that. But original Warcraft was legendary. The Sims, that was another one where like there's Sim City, Sim Tower, all that stuff. That was cool to play. I will say though that aside from those, the Yahoo chat game thing was next level, bro. Like you play against actual people. There was pool.
Oh, Hearts. I would play Hearts on there.
Yeah, there was card games, there's chess,
and
checkers.
People were mean in there.
I know. And so that's what I'm saying though, but that was next level. That was, you were gaming by yourself to like online gaming.
Yeah.
And it was free. It was a fucking time, bro. Like that shit was sick. Shout out to Yahoo Games. I don't even know if that even exists anymore. Is it Yahoo still a thing?
I mean, I still have a Yahoo email, so yeah.
Okay, well I don't. I mean, I'm sure there is one, but like I don't know what
I
it
don't
is.
use it, but like I have certain accounts linked to it, so I can't get rid of it.
I see. But yeah, I just don't know if like, cause like I don't hear like commercials and stuff. Like you always,
The
everything's,
Yahoo.
yeah, everything's Google now, you know what I mean? So like they took over and there's like Ask Jeeves and all that stuff. But anyways, I'm going on a tangent. I'm sorry.
Let the people drop their...
Yeah, go ahead, sound off below. Let us know your favorite computer game from, you said 1990 to 2001?
Yeah.
Okay, go for it, dude. Just do it. And on top of all of that, sound off below and let us know what you think about this year's version of the Air Jordan 5 Grape. I think that they're fantastic. Is this a perfect release? Nothing's truly perfect in this world, but if you can get as close as possible, this might be it. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for being here. We greatly appreciate your guys' time. We will catch y'all in the next one. So until then, y'all have a good one.